we at the Algorand Foundation are so focused in Latin America in general, especially here in Argentina, because here is where we can see the true value of blockchain come to fruition, come to life.
Welcome back to Supermoon Station. Let's start with a quick round of introductions. Fred, can you tell us a little bit more about yourself?
I'm Frederic Taes Benedetto from Brazil, and I'm head of product marketing at Algorand Foundation.
Hello, I'm Benedetto Biond. I'm the CEO of Volks Finance, which is a lending protocol built on Algorand.
What brings you to Argentina and Labitconf?
So Labitconf is probably the pinnacle blockchain event in the Latin American space. And at Algorand, we're very lucky because LATAM is not only the promise of the future of blockchain, LATAM is already adopting blockchain, and we're lucky enough that Algorand, some of the largest protocols that are building on our blockchain are based right here in Argentina, right here in Buenos Aires. So this has been just a big celebration, a big party for us, because we finally get to unite our Latin American community that is building real world value on Algorand.
We are here because thanks to the Algorand Foundation, which is sponsoring the event, and they are showing up main projects on Algorand. So for us, it was an opportunity to come here. Actually, I'm from Italy, to show up Volks Finance and demonstrate the power of DeFi on Algorand that exists already and is evolving. And also for us, it's a very big an important experience because we are not exploring much yet the LATAM users, the ecosystem.
How do you feel about the Argentinian market? For you, I'm interested to learn how you compare it to Brazil. Brazil is an enormous market, but what's the difference from a community perspective, from a project perspective?
There's so many opportunities to build on Argentina, and even though Brazil is a huge market, is a very strong economy, Argentina is undergoing through some economic issues. So the adoption, the blockchain adoption, not only crypto, blockchain technology adoption in Argentina is beautiful. You know, it is probably a standard for the world to follow because blockchain is already solving many daily problems here in Argentina. So that's why we at the Algorand Foundation are so focused in Latin America in general, especially here in Argentina, because here is where we can see the true value of blockchain come to fruition, come to life.
In general, I think that in developing country where blockchain can make really a difference, as Fred said, the vibe is very different. In Italy, in the US, in many countries which are very rich, the blockchain crypto is like an opportunity of investment, most of it. And here you feel like the revolution that the people feel with the new system of payment, not being inflated so much on their currencies. So it's really our hope. So I really feel that, and it's beautiful.
What's your goal with Algorand Foundation in Argentina?
Well, our goal is to continue growing, nurturing the ecosystem we have, based in Argentina. As I mentioned, Latina is our key market in LATAM, but growing our ecosystem, our community here in Argentina, all over LATAM, because again, this is where the real opportunity to create real world value is, right? And we are lucky enough that we are pioneers. We're probably the protocol that has the most projects happening in LATAM in general right now, very much focused on Argentina. So no, to us, it is a blessing to be here, to be working closely to our community ecosystem. And our goal is to continue to doing the work that we have already been doing, which has been working. It's fantastic. So just look around. There are so many projects built on Algorand that are right here today with us. So that's the focus. Just keep building. Doesn't matter what's happening outside. We have a clear focus, a clear objective to bring, to help the world with financial inclusion, social inclusion.
Argentina is a home to so many tech engineers and so many talents in Latin America, and I really like that Algorand Foundation is trying to tap to this market and help projects locally and also to grow community. What about Volks Finance? Because I know it's your first time in Argentina, and you just started getting exposed to local market. What Volks Finance wants to do in Argentina?
In general, Volks Finance it has the aim to open decentralized finance to the masses, because thanks of using the technology of Algorand, which is as low cost of transaction, is very affordable to everyone. Most of the projects that are on a chain, which is like Ethereum, it's costly. You don't deposit like $5. With us, you can do because it costs you cents, and still you can stream more revenue out of that. So we can leverage that in a country like Argentina and South America in general to open this new way of doing finance. And nowadays, in general, the mission is pretty clear. Like, you need to own your own assets, and by using DeFi, you're not trusting anyone. You trust the smart contract, you trust the code, which is audited, and it's accessibility, it's open, it's permissionless. Everyone can use it. In the world, there are 1.8 million of unbanked people, which actually don't have any financial services. With DeFi, simply a smartphone, and they can access it.
Just to ask a last question, and I gave you both a heads up to share your crazy story from a crypto space.
I'll begin, but if I may, I'm not going to share a crazy story, but I'm going to share an inspiration story. There are so many amazing, beautiful things that are happening across the blockchain space all over the world. You know, we're here for financial inclusion, for social inclusion, and there are many beautiful stories to share. But, just to bring it back home a little bit, talk a story about Brazil that we have been seeing recently is that, Latin American culture is very centered on art. I mean, we're very artistic people. So there is one example, I'm not going to name names, but there is this artist from our Brazilian community. It's a girl, it's a lady, she's like 16, 17 years old. She's a fantastic artist, makes beautiful art. And until about a year and a half ago, she was just making her own paintings and maybe selling at the local fair for like $5, $10, and that was it. Like no real recognition of her work. Then she learned about, Web3 space, NFT, obviously learned about Algorand, decided to come and start minting her art on Algorand. And nowadays, she's one of the best-selling artists on Algorand chain. She's now 17, 18 years old. She is making, she's making a living out of this, and coming from her reality, her perspective, and everything she's been achieved at such a young age, because the world has appreciated her art, right? So it changed her life, it changed her family's life by just being able to get her art out to the world and not just, in the local scene. So that's beautiful, and that has been inspiring so many artists to go and do the same all over Brazil, all over Latin America and the world.
I'll tell last story about a friend that he was in a conference like this, and he was just networking, and he didn't know who was the guy that was speaking with. And he was a founder of a blockchain, and he was comparing it to another technology and saying how much it was bad, the own technology of this guy. And at the end, he was hired.
Thank you so much for your time and sharing your stories.